Okay, hello. How's it going, everyone? And welcome to a brand new episode of 27 Outs. As always, I am Ivan alongside Stefan. Wow, brand new week. First episode of this brand new week that we are starting. I do want to say a lot of sweeps, yo. I mean, Mets, Yankees, Marlins got swept. A few teams got swept, man. So we're gonna get into everything because, as you guys know, we like to bounce around and make sure we touch on everything for the most part. But with that being said, Stefan, how are you feeling? And man, get the party rocking.
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Weekend full of unexpected, wild, wacky, crazy, off the wall stuff you didn't see coming. One sweep that I thought was gonna happen, but it didn't happen. I thought the Pirates were gonna sweep the Cubs this weekend, and I was like, ooh, that would have sent a nice little message. But I'm gonna start with something funny, but also something very serious. Like, do people understand how serious their pulpit is when they get on these microphones and talk? Like, do you understand that your words carry weight? Like, your words carry weight. You can't just come out here and say crazy shit. So, what I'm about to say is very, very important. To the people who say, well, uh, this season for this team is a disaster, and I'm like, yo, dog. First of all, calm down. We 2 weeks in. Y'all sound ridiculous out here.
That's true. No, you're
Y'all,
right.
y'all sound crazy out here. Like, I kind of wish people would just take stock of how long the season is. Because here's something I will tell you right now. If you're going to sit here and have an anxiety attack every time a team goes into a tailspin or a losing streak or bugs out, I don't got time for you. So this is for all them content creators that think every loss is life and death.
Oh, you going at the content creators? I thought we were just talking like fan bases, but okay, we're talking about something in
I'm
particular
talking
here.
about everybody.
Right,
Content
right.
creators who are fans of teams, reporters who report on teams. Nah, stop. You look crazy. If you're gonna crash out after 2 weeks, then baseball ain't the sport for you. It's 162 games. Sorry, soapbox off the rip. Don't care though. Been holding this in for about 4 days now. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it, bro. I really can't. I'm being dead serious. If you're gonna crash out this crazy after 2 weeks, you need to find another sport to watch. Go to therapy, touch grass, do something. Stop. What are we doing? Oh my god. You should see fan bases on X and Instagram right now. I'll start local. Yo, Yankee and Met fans on suicide watch right now.
Yeah, I saw a Yankee fan earlier today.
Are we kidding?
I know he was being funny, but it was something that said like, "Oh, the Yankees have already been eliminated from the playoffs because of, like, the start." I'm
Yo,
like, "Yo, bro, why y'all doing this for?" And I know a lot of times, to go back to what you were just saying, right? We're talking about, because we live in different times, right? Like, nobody's really picking up a paper. Nobody's really trying to do what they did back in the day. So
facts.
now we get our media like what you guys are doing right now. You watching two
Exactly.
dudes who love baseball just as much as you guys do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think people know that if you say certain things, if you just make something look a certain way when it comes to the internet,
For sure.
and sometimes I think, and we're talking about certain teams now, right? Especially the ones that have gotten off to rough starts.
Yeah.
I think certain people who do make the content know that they're going to get like this reaction. But the
Traffic.
problem is sometimes the fans will run with that themselves, right?
See, but here's my Shrek to argue your point. Then you don't be a Royal fan then. If your excuse is, well, I gotta crash out because it's the Royals and it's part of being a Royal fan, then you need to find something else to do.
No,
That's
but
not no.
I want to be nice though, because not only like obviously Shrek is a Royals fan, right? But we have a lot of teams who just don't know what winning means, bro. You get what I'm
I
saying?
understand that, but
Winning a
yo,
World Series, but just making it to the playoff.
I guess what I'm saying to you is this: the season just started, bro. How do we go from all winter? Yo, I can't wait till baseball's back. I can't wait till baseball's back. I can't wait till baseball's back. To 2 weeks later, we lose all sense of reality.
Now they want it to be over.
What are we talking about? And maybe to stipulate this, maybe it's because I come from the journalistic angle where when I look at the game, I don't look at the game as yo, oh, my team's struggling, my team's going through a bad stretch. I cover the entire league. So every night I get to watch them. I get to watch a team who's having a bad week, bad couple games. Like it comes with it, right? It just comes with the territory. And I guess sometimes you just have to be willing to accept the fact that the the sport is not meant for instant gratification. Like it's a long road. And I guess the reason why I'm kind of passionate about this is what does it say for somebody like myself who watches all these games, who has to be objective and say, you know what? Let's see what it looks like in April, May, and June. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like in July and August when the season is really in full swing and teams are healthy and teams are looking like they're going to make a run. Because Shrek, to your point, I understand that. But there's always one team that we did not expect that gets hot and makes this thing interesting that we didn't expect to get hot.
But it's
It
funny you say
always
that, Stefan,
happens.
because they're, we're talking about people flipping out, of course, very early. But at the same time, I think, people have to remember a slow start doesn't mean that, you might not be amongst, one of the better teams later in the
That's what I'm
season.
saying. Like, you know who should be flipping out about their slow starts? The Astros, the Blue Jays, the Orioles. You know why? Because all that's centered around one thing. You know where I'm going. Pitching.
Well, for the Blue Jays, it's a little different. Obviously, pitching. They got like half the roster hurt. They
Yeah.
got no Jose Barrios, no Trey Savage, Ponce tore the ACL is done, right?
I think he sprained his PCL really bad.
Right. But isn't he
Yeah.
like done for the year though,
He's
or
done for the
close
year. He
to?
had surgery. Yeah. He
Right.
had
And
surgery.
then
So yeah.
offensively, you got Springer, who's what, 36, almost 37. He's down.
Just broke his toe
Alejandro
yesterday.
Kirk is down.
Yeah.
Anthony Santander is down. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and name everybody, right? But the reason why I want to cut them some slack is because they also did come into the season like with some of these things already.
Banged up.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanna see how they look when some of these guys come back. But the unfortunate part is when you have that many guys hurt, bro, then the question becomes
Can
not
you
if
get
everybody's
everybody
gonna
back?
come back, but who's gonna be out for the rest of the year? Some
Yeah,
guys
and
don't
can
come
you
back
get
at all.
like look, Zach Eflin was one of the big Oriole pitching additions. He pitched 3 innings, blew out his elbow. He's done for the year.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like the harsh realities of this, and this is why this episode is called Beautifully Cruel. See, because what I want to start doing is, and I want to do this with you on the air. We have to start explaining some of these episode titles because I think people be looking at us like, yo, you guys are crazy. What do you pull these titles from your rear end? Nah, it's the game is a cruel game. Baseball's a cruel sport. It's mean, but it's seductive. You know what I'm saying? When it's beautiful, and you're like, oh my God, the game is beautiful. But like you said, the Blue Jays were coming in with injuries. The Orioles got everybody hurt, right? Jonathan Cannon, who the White Sox just called up, one of their top pitching prospects, throws 3 innings against the Royals till he leaves the game hurt. You know what I'm saying? what's this dude that's in San Diego? The
Cool.
he started for them. What's his name? Nick Pavetta
Mm-hmm.
got through 3 innings, left the mound, elbow hurt. It's like it happens. It's part of the
Mm-hmm.
game. My biggest thing is like we need to find out why a lot of this stuff is happening, and we need to figure out are these players asking too much of their bodies? Right? We got to go back to reevaluating how we look at the game in terms of these players' bodies, they're not meant to do what they're doing now. And it shows. Look at all the soft tissue injuries. Brett Rooker, oblique, right? Somebody else is out with an oblique, got hurt yesterday on a check swing, hurt his oblique. And it's like, do we have to go back to, you know what? It's not about how strong you are, but it's about where you put the ball. And this goes back to something you say all the time, bro. Sometimes power is a negative. Sometimes it just is. Because if you swinging for the downs every single pitch, you're gonna get hurt. All the talk you put on your body, you're trying to throw 97, 98 every pitch. You're gonna get hurt. For example, Jeff Passan of ESPN put out an interesting stat about Chris Sale before we went on the air. Chris Sale's average fastball tonight was 97 miles an hour at damn near 40 years old.
Wow.
How many more bullets do you think he got left in the chamber before his elbow's like, nah, dog, you too old to be doing this?
No wonder he looked that good as I was watching that game before we went live.
He is.
That fastball was
Son.
jumping for him tonight.
And it looked like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying Chris Sale can't be great. Go be great. I just think sometimes we need to understand less is more. Just for the product of the game. Like, for example, right? Everybody like, oh, but this team can make a run if this team is healthy. Yes, health is a big part, but I think we do a lot of times we shoot ourselves in the foot. Key point: Astros Mariners this weekend, right? Those were good games. Do you know every single one of the Astros starters left the game early with an injury?
Yeah. The other one, I know last week we had talked about Hunter Brown, and then just a few days ago, I think Christian Javier went down with the same exact shoulder issue, bro. It's crazy.
And Imai got tired on him. He's back. They're all back in Houston right now.
That
And they
is
started out.
wild.
Matter of fact, the guy that was starting for them today, he left the game early.
Yeah. So the pitching injuries, while they are unfortunate, especially if it's this many for a team all at once, it is also normal this early in the year. You just hope that a lot of these guys can come back and don't have to miss, a significant amount of time,
Like, and I guess what I'm saying to you is it feels like survival of the fittest. This is why the game is cruel. For everybody and saying, but if it wasn't 162 games and if it was a little less, we hear you. But ask those very same players that you're trying to protect from themselves if they want to give up any of them game checks.
Right.
They will look at you and be like, hell to the no. Because it's part of the business and this is what I signed up for. But just being two people that cover the game, bro, let me ask you this. Do you think at one point or another, baseball should think about shortening the season just to preserve some of the integrity of the game? You know what I'm saying? In terms of you get to see more of the stars on the field. More guys don't hit the injury list because the season starts later. You know what I'm saying? You're able to see more of these players. And also from a financial standpoint, you'll sell out more games. Because how many games do we look at now and, a couple weeks from now where there's like 10,000 people in the building? It's freezing.
Right. Nobody's in there.
Have you thought about this? What do you think about this? And if you had to come up with a solution, I know there's like 3 questions in one, but I'm trying to frame it to where we get to a bigger point.
Well, I'm for shortening the season. I really think, and listen, it's been 162 for as long as I can remember, right? But at the same time, especially when I look at it from the perspective that, we watch baseball with now, right? Like we're trying to break it down in a way where we're able to do, 27 outs and bring you episodes. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I'm like, you know what? I think 162 is one so unnecessary. I've heard some people even argue that they should make the postseason longer. I don't want to get into that because that's a different conversation.
Yep.
But other people have been discussing like, maybe you could get rid of 30 games, 40 games, and I think the players, especially with the amount of guys who miss time, whether they
Mhm.
be a pitcher, whether they be a position player, it kind
Yep.
of shows that with the way players are putting just everything together for themselves now, the way baseball has always been just doesn't fit like the modern baseball player, if that makes sense. And we're talking at the big league level.
Yeah. Also, too, I think. Oh, this is gonna be what I'm about to say is gonna piss some people off. I don't think these teams have these players' best interests at heart.
No, yeah, I agree.
I think these teams look at these players and they look at them as like donkeys. All right, we paying you this much money. You got to go out there and do what we tell you to do. Can I bring up an example? And not to start none, but this is what I believe. Ivan's not responsible for this, and anybody affiliated with this show is not responsible for this. This is Stefan Martinez's opinion alone. I think Francisco Lindor is playing through a concussion.
A concussion, really?
Yes. Can I tell you back? Can I take you back when? Can I take you to the point when I know the concussion happened for sure?
Yeah, no, I want to hear why for sure. Yeah.
Remember when he got thrown out when Soto hits the single and he's rounding third and the catcher hits him and he sits there stiff for about 30 seconds? His bell was rung, dog.
Mm-hmm.
What's happened in the 2 weeks since then? He forgot how many outs there were. He's been picked off 2-3 times. He's been caught stealing 2-3 times. He's committed more errors mentally than I've ever seen him commit in his life. And I'm like, I wonder if everything is connected up there from a physiological standpoint. Are you okay? Or are you in the lineup because, damn, Juan Soto's out for 2-3 weeks, hamstring ain't right, Bo's barely running at 65%. I feel like trash, but I got to be out here. Thoughts on that?
No, so I never thought that it would be that, right? But now that you did bring that up, it's an interesting point. I was gonna quickly, and maybe this is my mistake, right? And I think a lot of people are doing this too. So I think this is exactly what people want to hear. I was gonna go to, maybe it's a clubhouse issue, like because we've had conversations about that, and when you see his body language, to go back to what you said, Stefan, when you see him just forget physically, but mentally, just Lindor is a type of player that just always knows where to be. He knows his spots, and this point into the season, again, very early, he just doesn't look like his usual self. Now, offensively, I don't worry about that too much when it does come to Frankie, because if you've been a Mets fan, if you've been a Lindor fan long enough, he gets off to really cold starts. So he's going to find it. However, if it is what you just said, Stefan,
Yeah.
that could, affect every damn thing,
The
So
reason why I'm stating this as a possibility, I'm not stating it as fact. People don't kill us. I'm not stating it as a fact. I'm stating it as a very distinct possibility. You don't see him make defensive mistakes like that. Forgetting how many outs they're on the first inning of a game, getting picked off. You know what I'm saying? Like that feels like a guy who's not fully functioning, who doesn't have all his faculties.
it is also important to remember too, and I'm not coming to his defense, right?
No,
But
I'm not.
since we basically cover everything here, right?
Right.
It's important to remember we've had a lot of conversations about injuries, about what guys have done, whether they played in the WBC, what they did last year. It don't matter. We
Right.
talk about everything, right? But the
Absolutely.
reason why I say that, he did get some work done, right? I think he had the bone in one of the bones in his hands, I believe,
The
the hammock
hamate
bone, right? Right.
and the
He also
hamate and
had an elbow procedure too before then. Now, again, I'm not trying to come to his defense, but I'm just pointing out that this is a guy who got, some work done,
Yeah,
and maybe he's still trying to find his own.
could
The
be.
thing that looks bad are the mental mistakes, though, for sure, because
Yes.
it don't matter how banged up you are. If you're going to be good mentally, you're good mentally. But in this case, maybe he's not.
See, that's why the offense to me, when you said that, I'm like, the offense is not my concern. Because if he's right, he's still going to end the season with close to 30. He's going to drive in close to 85, 90, and he's going to hit like anywhere from 270 to 290. The thing that would concern me if I'm a Met fan and if I am the Mets is how healthy are you? Because concussions undiagnosed could go on for months, weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows if he feels the pressure to be like, you know what? I gotta be out here. Because Soto's gonna be down for another 2 weeks, maybe. Like I said, Bo's not 100%, and we not scoring runs anyway. If they pull me from the lineup, we damn near screwed. Right?
Yeah, but
So
it's risky though, man, because concussions, because we talk about a lot of different injuries on the show, right? But
mhm.
concussions, that's one of those things like, you could cut your career short.
and
Like you
and
might not be able to play as long as you would like if it's not being taken care of properly. And I know this
yeah.
is, I'm not comparing the players here, but
Mhm.
one player that comes to mind who, he's made it clear like, this is the thing that kind of messed me up. Clint Frazier. Clint
Yeah.
Frazier's career ended because, I don't know what
Concussion.
happened between he and the Yankees, but they never figured it out.
See, but here's the thing. Same thing with Rizzo. Rizzo's career to me ended because of a concussion. If Rizzo's faculties was still 100% and he didn't go a full season, a half a season before it was diagnosed, he's probably still on the field right now. Is he the
Maybe.
same player? Probably not, but he's probably on the field. And that makes me question how much do these teams have these players' best interest at heart, right? Now, an injury is an injury, right? Like it's gonna happen. It's part of the game. But I'm like, damn, like, and the thing is, you got to stop the player from himself. So Texas is dealing with something like this now, where Wyatt Langford said, "Oh, my quad's been bothering me for a few days." Well, what's a minor thing? And I'm sorry, they don't send you for an MRI just to send you for the MRI, bro. If they're sending you in there, if they're putting you in a tube and they're telling you, hey, man, we got to check this because something about this doesn't seem right, doesn't alarm bells go off in your brain? And don't you go, hold up? It may be a little something, but the fact that they're putting you in the tube this early, what if he blows out his quadriceps tendon and you're without Wyatt Langford for the year? And Wyatt Langford's supposed to be one of your most important players.
So
Stuff
was
like
he
that.
was he trying to play through that?
He, well, the Rangers basically told him, "No, we're not
Oh,
letting
okay,
you do
right.
that." But just to, but he said after the game, he's like, "I feel better. It was just a minor thing." I don't know if it's minor, bro. Like if they're not putting you in an MRI tube for something minor, bro. Like if they're MRIing you, it's because something ain't right.
Something could be wrong, right?
Yeah, like even if it's it's a small little situation. Who knows? Like who the like, and the thing that I found interesting was, yo, the Astros. Tell me how the Astros scored 20 runs this weekend, bro, in Seattle. They that offense went crazy. They lost every single one of those games because their pitching is not right.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so what do you tell a friend? What do you tell a Jordan? What do you tell an Altuve? What do you tell a Christian Walker that are putting up these numbers, but the pitching just they can't get out of their own way? That right there is insane.
Mm-hmm. And then
And
who's to say that Hunter Brown and Christian Javier won't miss even more time, right? I
yeah,
mean, I'm wishing speedy recoveries for both,
please,
but
yes.
I would not be surprised if we look up, a month and a half, 2 months from now, and we're still talking about, if not one, maybe both still.
So let me tell you something right now. It'd be a miracle if we see Christian Brown, if we see Brown or Javier pitch before the month of July.
Mm.
Oh, it's 3 weeks.
That's a long time, bro, because you got May, June, July. We're talking like 3 months and some change.
But hear me out. So he shut down for 3 weeks. You got to go through an extended spring. That means you got to get built back up again. Once you get built back up again, it's April what? 12th?
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you see him at the beginning of like middle of May.
Mm-hmm.
You lucky. And that's if he doesn't have a setback. Because with shoulders, I'm sorry, I'm looking. I'm like, you know what? Setback coming. Long bell's coming. Gonna go off. Can't play with shoulder injuries, bruh. Can't do that. You can say, oh, well, that's just you being a pessimist. Yes. Yes. That's just me being a pessimist because Hunter Brown throws 98 miles an hour. Christian Javier throws one of the filthiest sinkers in the game. You need a healthy shoulder to do both those things. And then the other thing I'm worried about, Imai already hurt. We 3 starts in, bro. You got dead arm for 3 starts? Danger zone time.
Yeah, not a good look, man. It's crazy, man, because for years I remember always talking about the Astros as and not that they still can't be one of the better teams, right? But with all of these things that they're currently going through, right? And again, shout out to the offense. You hope that the offense is able to continue
Keep it
clicking
going.
throughout,
Yeah.
the remainder of the season. But it's not the same Astros. They're not the
No.
same Astros as they once were.
Yeah.
I think the American League West has gotten way
Way
tougher
better. Yeah.
since then and now.
Yeah.
I look at the Mariners as better teams. I look at teams like
Texas
the
is better.
A's, Texas as well. By the way, did y'all see what DeGrom did? First pitch home run. Shohei Ohtani. I said Shotani. Shohei Ohtani. He takes Jacob DeGrom yard. First pitch home run.
It's a nuke, yeah.
Bro, rest of the game, Jacob DeGrom is on cruise control.
I
Chilling.
watched
6 innings, bro.
I watched that whole game. Here's what I'm gonna tell you right now. If they stay healthy, the Texas Rangers might be the team that wins this division. I'm gonna tell you why.
I can't, but I hear you.
You can't. I said might. I don't think they do it, but I said might. Keyword is might because Seattle's still here.
Yeah.
Houston's gonna make it interesting at some point. The reason why I personally, I'm speaking for me because I don't want speaking for me. He didn't say it, they didn't say it, I said it. That rotation is no joke, bro. That rotation is something serious. Even if Jake misses, he's gonna miss about 5 starts. It's gonna happen. Jack Leiter is no joke. Kumar Rocker's no joke. We're gonna get to the comments in a second. We see you. And Jake did that against one of the best perhaps the best lineup in baseball on paper. Walked in there and was like, "Have a nice day."
Right.
Have a nice day. Oh, and by the way, how sick are the Mets for getting rid of Brandon Nimmo? Do you want to know what Brandon Nimmo is hitting over his last 6 games? Got a 370 batting average.
I knew he was gonna help that Texas lineup, and everybody, because I remember Mets fans were like over him because defensively he was declining, but that wasn't an issue for the Rangers because the Rangers just needed offense. Screw what he looks like in the outfield. Can you improve this team with your bat? And he's doing exactly that.
He's doing exactly that.
Now, here's what I would say about the Rangers and your point, though. I don't have them winning the AL West, but do I have them as a team in the playoffs in the American League? Absolutely.
They get, and here's the thing. All you got to do is get in. Because with their pitching, you get in, you could beat anybody in a short series.
You could win, yeah, a
You know what I'm
series, yeah.
saying? Like, for example, you know who I look at that? You know who I look at? And I'm like, damn, yo, if they get in, they're gonna be tough to beat. Do me a favor. Google the name. I think it's Braxton Ashcraft. He pitches for the Pirates.
Braxton Ashcraft.
I don't know if his first name is Braxton, but I know there's an Ashcraft on the Pirates. Is it Braxton?
It is Braxton, yeah.
Go Google that brother.
Mm-hmm.
He is. I'm gonna tell you something right now. You talk about Bubba Chandler. You talk about Paul Skeens. You talk about Mitch Keller. He's their number 4 starter, and he might be the diamond in the rough, bro. He walked into Wrigley on Saturday and was like, "Hold that."
That's one thing. Say what you want about the Pirates not being competitive, not spending money, whatever the case may be. The one thing that the Pirates have been able to do for some time now is produce starting pitching.
Yo,
they know how to produce pitchers, bro. They do.
I'm telling you right now, I'm talking about in terms of youth. That might be the rotation with the craziest upside in the game outside of maybe Texas. Because we talking Mackenzie Gore, we talking Leiter, we talking Rocker, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about upside? You going Skeens to Ashcraft to Bubba Chandler, and Mitch Keller's your 4th starter, and the whole industry wants Mitch Keller.
Yeah, Mitch Keller is your number 4 is crazy.
That is insane, bro.
The unfortunate part is you're gonna have to enjoy that guy with these guys during the regular season because they ain't really going beyond that.
But here's the thing, right? You joke. If I'm Brent Charrington right now, I'm doing 2 things. 2 things. Because that offense is.
You sound like you want to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get me a bullpen. Go figure out the bullpen, and let's go take our shot. Let's take the shot. Because at this point, look, if you're Bob Nutting, you just got over $100 million for the first time in, I think they said ever. This is the first time ever that the Pirates have been over $100 million in payroll. So clearly, we want to make something happen, right? But you can't. Me and you have talked about this, right? You can't waste that pitching, bro. And you can't tell me that they're not going for it because you don't trade for Brandon Lau. You don't sign Marcelo Zuna. You don't make the moves that they made if you're not trying to go for it. You just don't. Now, I understand O'Neill Cruz is questionable in center field, but the one thing you can't question, that brother, if the bat finds the ball, it's going places. Ryan O'Hearn's another one. Thank you, Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan O'Hearn is a professional RBI getter. You know what I'm saying? You know those guys that you're like, you can close your eyes and at the end of the year you look up and they're like, yeah, he's about 89 ribbies and batting average is like 275 and he hit about 25 yayas and you're sitting there going, yeah, that's Ryan O'Hearn. Not loud, not gonna blow you off the page, but just gonna figure out a way to be steady. You got steadiness. And I'm telling you something, the kid, you don't think the kid came up and infused some life in there, bro?
Connor Griffin, yeah.
What? The kid came up and was like, hold up, dog. So I may look lost at the plate from time to time, but that speed is electric. That glove is no joke. And when he starts to hit, because it's going to come, you're not going to want to deal with the Pirates. You're not going to want to deal with the Pirates. I'm telling you.
It's important to remember, too, he is only 19 years old, so the dude is still growing into his body to a certain extent, you know? He's a teenager. I think he's going to be 20 later this year. But right now, as we speak, he's a teenager.
He's going to be 20 on the 24th.
Right.
Bro, that's fucking... Yo, just think... Yo, so McGonagall hits a homer today. And I felt like a proud father.
Yeah.
watching Kevin McGonigal hit a homer.
His first one.
Cause I'm like, you ever seen the movie? I forgot what movie, but then there's a line in the movie. He goes, "That's my boy." That's I kind of feel like the proud Kevin McGonigal fan president lover. That's my boy. By the way, you seen that play he made Friday night? The backhand filthy play from shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting there with my mouth agape. I was like,
Listen,
oh.
he's gonna win him. He's gonna win himself a Gold Glove or two.
And I'm gonna tell you something right now. You don't think Max Clark's been hearing all the Kevin McGonigal, Kevin McGonigal, Kevin McGonigal. You see what Max Clark is doing in AAA?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Murdering life.
Mm-hmm.
Murdering life.
He trying to get as quick as he's trying to get to the check as quick as he could so he could cop some more change.
You gonna play like that? We'll put a jewel on standby, brother.
Nah, you're right. Listen, I've always said, listen,
is.
I'm not a fan of any player, right? Who does that type of stuff. But if you're going to play well, I don't give a damn how you show up to the batter's box, you know?
You play like that. You could put 70 chains on. I don't care. What I'm saying is, look at that team, bro. Look at what it could look like. Not even, everyone's like, let's see what they look like at the end of the year. Let's see what they look like a month from now. Max Clark comes up with all them kids.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I think the future could be bright for Detroit offensively if you look at what they already have along with what's coming. But at the same time, that pitching could change real quick, man, because I kind of feel like we're still just all waiting for it to happen.
I get it. I get it, but here's what I'm going to tell you. By the way, he almost threw a no-hitter today, Tariq School. He was filthy against the Marlins. By the way.
Yeah, he went up against Sandy, and Sandy went into that game feeling himself, but Tariq Scuba was like, yo, I know you got yourself a Cy Young award, but there's a reason why I won 2 straight.
I'm telling you, he looked all types of – he had a no-hitter into the 6th, bro. The Marlins looked up there. They walked up there. They're like, uh-oh. The Marlins got swept this weekend, and they lost the first game 2-0 because Cato Montero just came out there and was like, oh, no, hold up. Hold that. Yesterday, and I'm sorry, I'm still a fan of Casey Mize. I like Casey Mize. I like his delivery. Something about Casey Mize is
oh, look who's in. TD, yo, where the hell you been, bro? TD, yo, honestly, where in the hell have you been, bro?
First of all, welcome back. We hope you're well. We hope you're healthy.
Yeah,
That's first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back. We're gonna get to you. We good, brother. We good, man.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot complain. Here's the thing. TD he just killed my train of thought. I'm telling you,
TD shows up like, yo, TD, we had some Red Sox conversations, bro, and you're not here for them, bro. You pull up for other conversations.
Nah, dog. Nah. The Tigers are interesting. All right. And the thing I'm gonna ask about the Tigers, and I'm gonna ask this question. It feels like all the pieces don't fit. Like, I look at the team and I'm like, Cole Keith, nice young player, like him a lot. Torque, kind of iffy on. Like, can you sustain this level of consistency, right? That's my thing with Spencer Torkelson. It's not whether he can play in the big leagues, it's whether you can sustain it. And honestly, I can't see why I can't watch Javier Baez on a baseball field. I just can't do it. It hurts. It hurts to watch this dude play baseball. Like when I watch him play, I'm like, yo, dog, just just give the spot up. It's okay.
Yo, there was an at bat. I forget which day it was, and he's done this so many times throughout his career, not just during his time with Detroit. There was three sliders away that were thrown to him, and he swung at all three, bro, and struck out the
Mhm.
same exact pitch. And he's just up there, yo, hacking, swinging away,
It's
swinging away.
yo, it's I'm gonna be honest with you. So it's like I watch him hit, and I'm like, yo, you don't have a plan, bro. You don't have a plan. You don't know what the hell you're
Hmm.
doing up there, right? And so sometimes I look at him and I'm like, yo, just give the at bat to somebody else that kind of can use the at bat, bro. Like you have no hope up there sometimes, and it's kind of crazy.
Now that we're talking about him, how much time does he have left on that god awful deal?
No, it's not taking long enough.
Let me see. Let me
Taking
see.
long enough. Ray, I'm sorry I missed your birthday. I will give you a call sometime later this week. All right.
Oh, next year is the final year.
Finally. Um,
The Tigers
finally.
don't seem like the kind of team to like give him, yo, just leave us alone. We'll buy
Nah,
you
they're
out
not gonna.
now.
They're not. We're not doing that. But like he just doesn't fit with what they're trying to do, bro. Like to watch him do what he's trying to do is painful sometimes.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
listen, I think he's not who we thought who once he okay, I'll say two things here about Byers. He's
mhm,
not who he was, right? Going
mhm,
back to his days with the Chicago Cubs, and even his time with the Mets, because that month and a half to 2 months that he was with the Mets for, he
mhm.
he was having a blast. Maybe it was
Yeah, he
playing
went
alongside
crazy.
his boy, but he looked
Mhm,
really good. Ever since then, hasn't really looked the same. But I also think there were a lot of people who thought that he could have, turned into something that was even better than
mhm.
what we had already seen. When
Yeah.
Byers was in his prime.
Mhm,
But the one thing I would say though, he has shown some progress over the I would say last year's when he didn't go back to that, but it looked like, yo, I still have something left in the tank. I don't just have to, be the guy that y'all are waiting for the contract to expire because it's that bad, even though he has a lot of moments where you could easily feel like that again.
nah, there's some moments where he's in the batter's box and it's just like, yo, bro, they could have put me up there blindfolded, and I probably touched the ball. It's bad.
Hmm.
Speaking of speaking of speaking of bad. Well, nah, not even speaking of bad. Speaking of interesting, I'll put this under the interesting column. Uh so I was watching, this is the team I was watching this weekend, and I'm really focused on um this team in particular because while I don't think they can make the playoffs because of that pitching, the athletics, bro. The athletics are my like telling you, okay, admit it. Full disclosure, honesty. We got the one guilty pleasure. Pittsburgh is my one guilty pleasure, and the other one is the A's. I have two guilty pleasures in the game right now. I have to watch both these teams play. I don't care if it's at 10:30 at night. I don't care if they're on the East Coast. I don't care where they're at. Just gotta watch them play
No,
because
the the A's, what they just did is a big deal. They swept the Mets and
it
they
took
took
two out
two
of
out
three
of
from the
three against the
Yankees
Yankees.
in New York. In New York. And they also took 2 out of 3 from the Astros, didn't they? Before they came to New York, they beat the Astros up pretty good.
I don't remember. Maybe they
Yeah, they
did.
did. They did. And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's one of those things where I kind of wish the pitching was better, man. I just wish it was like Jeffrey Springs was amazing.
Hmm.
Ginn was amazing against the Mets the other night. Who pitched for them today? He was whoever pitched for them today did a great job too because the Mets didn't score. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you pitch just a little bit, that offense is gonna hit. They're gonna score some runs.
And they already are. They are.
right? Like
And they've been winning against some good teams, right? Like if you were to ask most people, they would tell you they already think the Mets are better than the A's. They already think that the Yankees are better than the A's, right? And the Yankees just took both of those teams out.
you mean the A's?
The
The
A's.
A's, yeah, it took both of those teams out. Yeah, and
Yeah, my mistake.
here's what I'm gonna tell you is like, please get them out of Sacramento. I'm damn near I'm begging, bending knee, please.
Well, I don't know where the hell they're gonna end up, honestly.
They're
I just
gonna
been focusing on like what the team looks like
they're
because that whole situation, and I don't even think they're gonna have the because say what you want about the people who weren't showing up and who were showing up, but listen, I've seen some amazing stories, on the internet, on
Mhm,
YouTube, on other social media platforms of A's fans just documenting like, yo, this is, what
mhm.
it's like to be an A's fan. I remember some people were even documenting like that final season before they left the stadium.
Yep. Like Shrek with a good point here. We're gonna get to some Red Sox stuff because you're here, TD, so you don't feel left out. We're gonna get to some Red Sox stuff. Surprised at how well the A's are doing considering Kurtz, Soderstrom, Wilson, and
Lawrence
Elbutt
Butler, yeah.
have been bad so far. Now, Soderstrom hit 2 home runs yesterday. Nick Kurtz hit the home run that gave them the lead today. And they're doing this, and we don't know how long Brent Rooker is going to be out.
I
You know
think
what I'm
they'll be
saying?
all right without Brent Rooker, though. Not to say that Brent Rooker's a no one, right? Like Brent Rooker is damn near locked for like 35 to 40 home runs and over
If
100
he's
RBIs.
healthy, yeah.
But the A's and that lineup is that good in terms of like length from top down
That
that
lineup is
if he has
serious.
to miss some time, I think they're gonna be okay.
That lineup reminds me of the A's teams they had in the early days. Where you talking about Miguel Tejada, you talking about Eric Chavez, and I'm not talking about they're gonna be those players. I'm just talking about the length in which they provide that they can hurt you in a myriad of ways. Lawrence Butler, Denzel Clark with the speed. Then I got the boppers and Shea Langoliers. I got Rucker. I got Kurtz. I got another speedster
They
and
got a few
Wilson.
boppers, bro.
Right. So it's like it's one of those things where it's they can make life interesting for some folks, man. They're gonna like they for me,
I have them as certainly not winning the American League West, and at least not with that pitching
nah,
yet.
not with the
Maybe in a
pitching.
couple of years. But I could see them as a sleeper to sneak into the playoffs. I could
With
see it.
with the way they hit, yeah.
Mhm.
With the way they hit,
Bro,
yeah.
I think they're gonna easily be one of the highest scoring teams in the American League by
I
far.
we said it a couple weeks ago. Top 5 offense in baseball.
Mhm.
I don't think that's hyperbolic to say at all. Like it's just one of those things where you gotta hope that the pitching somehow finds its footing because they can be really, really, really good. You know, they can tear the cover off the ball. Surprises of the weekend to me. Where are you at with this? We're gonna talk about first of all, Casey and Shrek and TD are having a meltdown here in the chat about the Red Sox and about the Red Sox and you know what I mean? Like they're going crazy. But look, I think the thing that we have to come to grips with too is like teams they know these teams know we got to get off to a hot start because the usual suspects are going to be the usual suspects. Like the Pirates, as much as I'm enjoying watching them, the Cubs are going to be better. The Brewers are going to be better, although the Brewers just had some very, very interesting Christian Yelich news. They think he has a partial tear of his hamstring.
Wow, Christian Yelich.
Yeah, so he's gonna undergo some imaging and like so.
That was actually thank you for bringing up Christian Yelich. The Brewers are another team because I know we were just talking about the different teams that got swept. The Brewers,
mhm.
though, I forgot to mention them.
They
They
got
did
swept by
get
the
swept.
Nationals. Yeah,
Right.
that national team ain't nothing to play with, man.
Nah.
Yo, I like them because they're young. I listen, experience. I get it. Experience is gonna rule the day. We already know what the experienced teams are gonna do. I'm sorry. I enjoyed the team that nobody's talking about, that nobody else was gonna thought was gonna do something. And the Nationals are making life very hard for people right now. They're making life hard. Ask the Cubs.
You know what I think is also motivating a lot of these young guys, especially, in this case on the Nationals, is the fact that, I think these guys are chasing the bag from day one being called up, especially
Trying to
when
get
you look at
paid.
all of these extensions. You
Exactly.
got dudes 19 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old, signing for damn near $100 million and up. In
Exactly.
Connor Griffin's case, he got 140. So listen, while you may be able to get more than that, if you have a shot to put yourself in a position where, I don't even got to go crazy because they just going to come my way. If all I have to do is be good, man, now it makes sense. I'm starting to see why. Not to say that players can't come up and just get off to a hot start, because if you're just that good, then you're going to do that, right? But I think now that these teams are willing to depart with, cash and for the amount of years up front, it's like, I gotta, come out the gate from day one.
So I'm gonna give you two names that fit that profile. You know what James's Woods numbers have been since the extension was signed by uh the kids that sign extensions? James Woods for the last 2 weeks has gone psycho crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Over 400 batting average, like 5 or 6 homers, just going crazy. And I'm like, somebody wants to get paid. Somebody wants to get paid. And,
Motivating.
and you know who also is looking like that? Uh Jordan Walker, St.
Mm-hmm.
Louis. Hit his 7th home run today. Going absolutely nuclear nuts. Just nuts. And I'm like, oh, you like, is it fair to say that Jordan Walker might be, if he keeps this up, you're looking at a 40 home run season, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, you're not playing with no pressure because the Cardinals are not expected to make the playoffs. So you go out and do your job and you set this precedent of, if you give me a chance, this is what I could be, bro. 40 home run hitters don't grow on trees. They just they don't do that. And this brother's coming out here hit. Christian Wood is James Wood is another one. Oppo pop, special kind of power. They don't grow them dudes on trees, bro. These dudes a different level of strength, different
Mm-hmm.
level of power, different level of, they bring a different dynamic to a lineup where it's like you could see when James Wood hits a ball, it's either gonna hit, somebody's gonna have to be running for miles because it's in the gap, or he's hit one over the wall. And he got the speed to get to anything in the outfield. This game is built on youth, bro. And I know we all get in touch with, but I like the veterans are for the postseason. The veterans are for October. That's when the veterans show up and do their thing. The youngins are for right now. You know how we get through a full 162 game season? Well, I get through it this way. I don't know about you.
The youngins.
The youngins get me through, bro, because I
Right.
can't. Because we could sit here and everybody's, what's wrong with Aaron Judge? What's wrong with? Come back to me in September when this man has 50 home runs and is being unbelievable.
Nah, there's people who really think like, nah, I'm not panicking when it comes to him. Not yet.
No, but people, I think people have come to the that they think that Aaron Judge is like, oh my God, what's wrong with him? I'm like, yo, dog, it's free. Do you understand how cold it is in the Northeast right now? It is freezing, bro. This, I don't know
You
why.
know who somebody, speaking of the Yankees, you know who somebody who did use the cold to his defense? And listen, I'm gonna listen, if it is cold, and I'm speaking of Jazz, he says that the reason why offensively he's gotten off to such a slow start is because it's cold, and he's the type of guy that, he starts to heat up as the weather heats up. And I get it. Listen, we've been on the show talking about the plenty of players who they operate the same exact way. Now, On the other hand, though, the dude looks lost defensively. Like sometimes you look at him out there and he forgets that he's playing baseball for the New York Yankees. Like sometimes it looks like he just forgets that, yo, I'm really the second baseman of the New York Yankees. Like, yo, as much as I want to come to his defense, it's like, damn, bro, like you yourself are not doing enough for that to be a thing right now. In fact, you're you're making yourself look really bad, especially with, before the season started saying the whole, yo, 50-50, y'all think I'm worth this, but I'm going to show you I'm actually worth more. Bro, it's you off to a rough start. By the way, I think you could kiss the 50-50 goodbye because it ain't happening with this start that you got off to. Not at all. And Stefan is over there thinking so. That's all I had to say. Because I know you had mentioned a couple of things with the weather, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Jazz is a guy who recently he was like, yo, it's brick. That's why I'm playing like that.
I'll wait till you finish drinking because what I'm about to say might make you laugh, but I'm dead goddamn serious and I'm not even joking. I'm not even yelling. That's how you know this is serious. You know why you're the last person I want to hear from that is cold? You're the last person I want to hear from. Because you're the first one to pop in junk about what you about to do. You the last one. Oh, we're gonna steamroll the Blue Jays in the playoffs. And you looking like you looking like a deer in the headlights. Oh, I'm freezing. I can't feel my fingers. You got to go. I'm willing to trade Jazz Chisholm right now for a low-level minor league A pitcher right now. Get your ass off the Yankees, bro. And you know what's the last straw? And I've been here a while. You can't come out to the media yesterday after the game in which you committed one of the biggest, stupidest errors I've ever seen in my life and say, oh, I thought I could have turned a double play. Jazz, in what world? And what? And I'm sorry, it ain't freezing in the Tropicana dome, my boy. You in a dome. Go to sleep, Jazz. Because if you need the weather to be warm, the weather wasn't cold in Tampa, and you look like you couldn't even get out your own way.
Mm-hmm.
And defensively, you look like an absolute crap show. Please, anybody that gets on here and defends Jazz Chisholm, I'm about to hit you with a block. This for anybody on TikTok, anybody on the socials that defends this dude. We blocking you. Because how you go from 50-50? So you look like one of the worst players in baseball. And then
hasn't even homered yet, by the way. He's out here talking about 50-50 before the season began.
Okay, I gotta get this out. You gotta let me get this out for half a second. Your press conference, that was abysmal. And then
you talking about yesterday?
Yeah. And then Boone comes out and says, oh, he's not stupid. He knows the rules. Boom.
He just said he didn't know what the rule is. Like, yo, what you coming to his defense for? See, that makes the situation worse. That really does right there.
I'm trying, y'all. I need y'all to help me. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying not to. I'm trying. I'm trying to live by my own advice because I don't want to crash out 15 games into the season. But to me, this crash out's a little different because it's been more than 15 games.
Mm-hmm.
This has been you since you've been a Yankee, Jazz. And I don't care. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm pausing. You know why I'm pausing so much, bro? I'm pausing so much because I don't want to say something that's going to get you in trouble. You understand? I don't want people coming for you like, yo, what your man talking about? Yo. First of all, you make a good point. How do you go to the media and say, oh, I didn't know the rule? How long you been in the big leagues? What? What do you mean you don't know the rule? How long you been playing second base? How long you been in the infield? Oh, well, he was in center field for a few years, so maybe he forgot. Yo, dog. And then it's not like you redeem yourself and you come out today and play better. Today you look just as bad as you looked the entire time. It's not, listen, well, you can say, well, Ryan McMahon struggling and Ryan McMahon doesn't hit either. So what's the difference? You know why I'm specifically picking on Jazz? Because Ryan McMahon doesn't tell the media what he's about to do. You the one that said put the 50-50 bull crap on your back. The reason why I'm so adamant about trading this jerk off, because you're poisonous to.
He's poisonous. What do you mean he's poisonous?
That attitude is poisonous.
Oh, right. Especially if you're a younger player, haven't really like figured out like your own identity. I hear
that
you.
whole attitude of I'm bigger than this. What you bigger than, bro? You suck. Right now, I'm asking a serious question. I'm asking a serious question for real, dog. How do you play? He's not playable right now.
The other thing about Jazz too is like I know he said that he believed that he could do things that we haven't seen him do yet. But at the same time, it's like, yo, you're not even playing well enough to get the bag that you think you're worth. Like, forget 50-50. Like, you're not even playing to the point where teams want to come running to you offering whatever it is that you said you wanted, bro. That's the other problem.
Forget about running. Niggas ain't even slow walking to this jerk off.
Right. And then, to top it all off, to go back to your point, Stefan, some of his responses when he speaks to the media, and of course, can't forget about how he talks to fans too, right? Hopefully we don't see that at some point because he's struggling. So I know a lot of people right now, they saying crazy things about him. Right?
Listen. I
just hope he doesn't feed into any of that stuff.
Hold on. You saying, Jazz, I'm gonna say this so you understand. I gotta get a little close to the microphone, okay? Feed into it, all right? I want the one-on-one with you. You know why? Because if you comment on something I say about you, you know what I get? Ratings. So please, I want the smoke. You playing so bad right now that I can literally say whatever I want and you have no defense for it. You can't say nothing. Oh, I'm in the big leagues. You're not. So what? I'll reiterate my point I said during the offseason. I don't more people in your front office than you do. The last person you want to go to war with is me, my boy, and you playing like trash. So please, with all due respect, get your game figured out and stop crying to the media. And then you fix it your ear on like you some prima donna, big shot. You ain't want no MVPs. You ain't want no MVPs. Get this. Listen, to use a J. Cole line, get the fuck up out my face with what you talking about. Please.
Listen, I do think eventually Jazz he's gonna get it going, right? What I don't think he's gonna get going are the mental mistakes, forgetting what needs to be done, especially in crucial moments. Because listen, I always say this, guys, and you guys have heard me say this plenty of times on the show. I hate to point the finger at one person, but he's the reason why that game ended how it did yesterday for the Yankees.
Listen, how about the game that he made David Bednar throw 20 extra pitches because he lollygagged to throw the first?
I remember that, right? Yeah, that was another time, yeah. And then sometimes you see his facial expressions,
his
like when the camera zooms in on him, and he's like, he's lost, like he don't know what the hell just happened, bro.
I don't care what they replace him with. They can replace him with you, and I'll be happy. I'm not and real quick, we're gonna get to this Red Sox because I'm gonna stop something right now. I love you, Sox. I love you, TD. You my boy. We laugh, we joke, but this is your front office problem. This ain't on Alex Cora. I'm telling you right now. This is a front office issue.
I'm glad these
This is
guys are here because we've been waiting to bat this back and
this
forth with Red
no
Sox
no no
fans.
no
Because
no no. This is a front office issue. They did not put the type of team around him for him to be successful as a manager. What did you give me? What did you get? You're telling me Trevor Story should be the full-time shortstop? Contreras, I like him, but sometimes he's more bark than bite. Roman Anthony can't throw a ball from the Green Monster to home plate without his elbow looking like it's about to explode.
yeah, Roman Anthony defensively, like he's done. I do think he's gonna be a heck of a player offensively, but I've seen him do a couple of things so far this season in the outfit, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm excited for that, long term as a Red Sox fan.
Look, the problem is I don't know about 5'2". That arm don't look 5'2" to me.
Yeah, nah, TD, I can't say Roman and the way you say it too is as if it's a lock, bro. I get
No.
it. I get it. I have to remember you're back. You're just back. You're a Red Sox fan. You missed out on some of the conversations
Which is
that we've
fine.
already had.
Which
But
is fine.
we do have to pump the brakes.
I don't know if I'm putting the kid third. He's a kid. Listen, we can argue about how the lineup is constructed. What I'm telling you is there's not enough significant offensive potential in that lineup for me to go, this is Alex Cora's fault. If we're talking about significant talent in that lineup, Marcelo Maya hasn't hit either. Look at the guys like Abreu's hitting a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So Don Rafaela, he hasn't. I mean, I don't know what he did this weekend because I know the Red Sox won 2 games in St. Louis, but that whole lineup's been struggling. And then the other thing is, no, you can't. I can't let you do that.
He said Alex Cora is Doc Rivers.
so we're not gonna blame the front office at all for putting this roster on the field.
Yeah, I listen, TD. I trust Alex Cora in the playoffs way more than I do Doc Rivers, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You're talking about lineup construction. You want to know the truth? Alex Cora doesn't even put that lineup together. There's people with analytics. There's analytical people that put these lineups together. And you've heard it from managers that have managed in the big leagues before. What is he supposed to do with the lineup? To me, this is a Craig Breslow, John Henry, what's this dude? Sam Kennedy problem.
But this is something that we've talked about here on the show plenty of times, and you like to say this as well too, Stefan. Alex Cora is going to be the one that receives the blame for all this anyway, because the front office isn't going to want to, acknowledge like, yo, it was us who put the Red Sox, the beloved Red Sox, in its position right now that we're currently in.
Thank you.
They don't want to do that.
Did Alex Cora get rid of Bregman? No, that wasn't an Alex Cora decision. Did Alex Cora push for Rafael Devers to be traded? I don't think so. When are we going to start looking at the front office as the problem? These front offices are a problem. The teams that are bad, you know why they're bad? Because their front office didn't do a good job of putting a roster together. I'm sorry. You can't tell me that this is a strictly Alex Cora problem. It's not.
I don't think it is. No, not when you got your own fan base chanting "sell the team." It's got to be more than that. I'm not chanting "sell the team" for anyone who I think is a bad manager. Hell no. It's got to be something deeper than that for me to say
Listen,
that from the fan standpoint.
Craig Breslow, John Henry, and Sam Kennedy have to come out and explain why this team is as bad as it is. I don't think you do. No, 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 no. Is Jason? Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. You put Jason Varitek in that dugout. Is Jason Varitek the reason why this pitching staff has given up the 5th most home runs in baseball to start the year? Does that stop because Jason Varitek's in the dugout?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that. You put way too much stock in a manager. To me, in the modern era of baseball, with the amount of analytics that are involved in the game, this to me is an analytical front office issue. It just is. Let me ask you this question, Ivan. With all the stuff that we hear about how analytics has overtaken the game in a lot of areas in terms of like, yo, we got to pick a lane for this pitcher to pitch in. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
we got to pick a lane for this pitcher to be put in. Yo, the analytics say you should throw him in this spot because this makes sense for where we're at in the game.
That's crazy, by the way, but I hear you.
But you have we not heard managers say that?
making now for certain in-game situations, I do understand that it can work, right? But at the same time, there are other situations, of course, only talking in-game situation here, right? Where you literally have to go based off what is taking place right before your eyes. Because if
Yeah,
you don't, you might mess around and make the wrong decision. And we've seen
right,
that happen.
right. Listen, that's not okay. He sucks and he's terrible at managing pitches. Outside of Garrett Crochet, what other pitcher in that rotation are you like? Damn, I have to watch this guy pitch. And I'm asking you this because I don't want a Red Sox answer. See, this is the problem. You dealing with a fan base, you're dealing with fans, and I have to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
See, because it bothers me because oh well, Early's been good. Fine,
He has. He has.
fine, he's been good. I'm not knocking it. He's been good. But Garrett Crochet he's a great pitcher. He can't win on his own. The bullpen is abysmal. That's a Craig Breslow problem. Uh the lineup, the people he brought in and the people you let go, that's a problem to me. You cheapened out when you wanted to, when you don't have veteran leadership on your team. This is what it looks like, bro. What veteran leadership they got on that team? There's no vets on the team.
Well, there are, but I know what you mean by
Where?
vets. Because Wilson Contreras is a vet. He is a
Wilson
vet.
Contreras never won anything meaningful in his life.
Well, he won the World Series with the Cubs. I think he
Bro.
was on that team, was he? I
Okay.
think he
He
was.
was on a team. My point
Right.
is you traded one of the best leaders in the history of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You told him, nah, we good. For 10 additional $1 million and a no trade clause. Who's the 3 dogs? Who? Sonny, you didn't like the Sonny Gray signing when it happened. Who's the 3 dogs?
Yeah,
Tell me who.
TD. Oh, TD, nah, TD flipped. TD flipped. TD, hold on now. Hold on now. Because what you just said is something that we were trying to actually tell you when the deal took place. And you were telling us otherwise. But now you're telling us what we were telling you. I gotta call you out, bro. But listen, I'm glad that you're enjoying what he's able to give you at this point in his career because he's still got some stuff left. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's not like he's here still running his mouth and like you could tell. Listen, if you switched up, you switched up, right? But it is what it is.
I just he was never meant to be a number 2 starter.
Mm-hmm.
He was always meant to be a number 4 starter, which was what we told you when they traded for him. Yo, do we speak Chinese? No, serious question. Do me and you speak Chinese?
TD, you see this? I don't know, man. I don't look at these three names here and feel any type of way. Not to say that it can be interesting, but I like the Mariners better. I like the
Yeah,
Yankees better. There's a
yeah.
couple of other teams in the American League that I like better than what you're showing me here. But I mean, we'll see how this looks for you guys. You know, I'm not gonna shit on it as they would say. We're gonna
I
see.
mean, listen, put it to you this way. I just think it's unfair when the first thing we do is blame the guy that's the easiest target, and oh, well, this is Alex Cora's fault. This is Alex Cora's fault.
Mhm.
That's a cheap argument to me. Look at the talent you've lost on the team. Alex Bregman was a big part of the team. He's no longer there.
Say what
Yeah,
you want about Devers and how that ended, but he
right.
was a big chunk of the offense.
Right. And listen, the off defensively, we know he understands. He has no clue how to manage pitching. Who in that bullpen do you trust outside of Chapman?
Outside of Chapman and Whitlock, because I'm
Garrett
gonna give
Whitlock's been
Whitlock.
bad this season too to start the year.
he's gonna be okay.
Okay, I'm just pointing out where we are right now at this current point.
Yeah.
Like, I understand being a fan, but like there has to be a level of, yo, you know what? The team is what the team is, and we have to look at the people why. We have to look at the people that put the team together and say, why is this team as bad as it is? Listen, they weren't chanting fire Cora at Fenway Park. They were telling John Henry to sell the team.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man. Maybe I'm not seeing it correctly because I'm not in Boston. I'm not in the market. We're both not. But to me, it carries some weight when your ownership, this has been a topic of conversation with UTD, with Sox fan for as long as we've known you as well. John Henry's cheap and refuses to put money into the roster. He refuses to upgrade the roster. He refuses to
or at least how it needs to be done, right? Because he's done a couple of things, but not to the extent where it makes sense, not just for the fan base, but for people who watch baseball, right? Because we're not Red Sox fans, and we see some of the issues that you guys are going through.
So let me ask you a question, Sox fan. It's not your money. Who cares how much money they sign for? You're not cutting a check. Why is it a waste of money? It ain't your money. You cutting a check to pay them?
Nah, well, I wouldn't. Well, you got to remember, Stefan, because here's the thing, though, Sox fan, while you did say what you just said, what did you just say about John Henry, right? So maybe he's, having that in mind, and that's why he's saying, yo, those are a waste of money, because this is how we operate now, unfortunately,
If that's the case, if what you said is true, and I'll stipulate that, I feel like I'm in court. I'll stipulate that, Your Honor. Fair point. I'll stipulate that, Your Honor. I'm cool. What I'm saying in response to you is, fair point. He might be. He might be. But at this point, look, you can say Alex Bregman is overpaid, but what he brought, you are missing with this current group of dudes. Listen, if it's me, and because maybe I look at the game differently, sometimes you gotta pay to play. The value he brings to a clubhouse, the value he brings in terms of getting younger players to feel comfortable in their roles, that's worth more money than anything he does on the field to me. Because look at how the Red Sox were moving and grooving when he was healthy last year.
Mm-hmm.
When he was healthy, they were one of the fun teams in baseball. That's not fair because when he was on the field, when he was healthy, he was one of your top hitters last year.
TD, no, I think what you really mean is that Bregman is a 2-1, right? But he was a heck of a hitter for the Red Sox last year. Don't do that,
Listen,
TD. Yo, TD, you came back talking crazy.
okay, so you prefer Contreras. That's fine. But prefer Contreras in 4th place because that's where you're finishing this year. You can't.
I don't think they're gonna finish 4th.
No, but
I think they finished. I think they finished 3rd. I do think they finished 3rd. While at some point I did think they had a shot for finishing 2nd, but
I'm making the comment. Look, I'm making a comment of you guys. You're talking about strictly statistics.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm talking about is a deeper intangible that is missing with the team.
Right.
Not everything statistically, just because it looks good, is all good. Now you guys may disagree, but there's gonna be a time in the season where you're gonna hear a story about a Cubs young player that's trying to find his way, and it's gonna be PCA. Yo, Alex put me to the side and he helped me unlock some things, and I've been rolling ever since. Because I've seen him do it. I've seen him have the impact on players where you're like, oh damn. This is what this guy does. It's not fair that we go on basically statistics.
Mm-hmm.
This. That's why he should be there.
Right.
Because if this is your franchise guy, don't you want the franchise guy to be protected? Yo, don't do this, do this.
And that's what the Red Sox are missing right now. Because I don't think Wilson Contreras is that.
Listen, everybody puts way too much stock into managers nowadays. Managing a baseball team, to me, you're basically a glorified babysitter nowadays. Am I wrong, bro? I'm gonna make this point, and if you got something else to say, we could go with it.
No, it's like being a babysitter that's like on surveillance 24/7.
Exactly, bro.
But not only are your bosses watching you, but the world is.
Word. And then here's the thing: if you make the wrong call, or if you bring in the wrong guy to pitch in a game or hitting a big spot,
that's your ass. Yeah.
They blame the analytical people go, yo, did we tell you to do that? And Craig Breslow went to Yale. He's big on the analytics. What are we talking about, bro? You can't tell me that that's not a thing. You're looking at it from the standpoint that, well, we're just blaming the manager because you don't consider the analytical part of the game, which is fair. But when you evaluate a manager in the current game, Ivan, isn't it fair that those factors should be considered?
Mm-hmm.
Let it out, bro.
No, I agree. I don't think Alex Cora is untouchable. We talked about it about a week or two ago. But
he's going to lose his job,
right? But at the same time, though, I don't think you can put anybody in Alex Cora's position right now, right? And not to say that the Red Sox can't be slightly better than what they've been to this point, but at the same time, it sucks to say this, right? And I'm not. You guys know how I am. I like to be objective. I like to be honest. I also don't think the Red Sox are that good either. Like are they a threat in the American League? I don't think so. Can they make the playoffs? Probably.
TD.
But beyond that, I don't really see the Red Sox as anything to be worried about.
TD, he can't bench Trevor Story. Trevor Story is making 20, I think, was he making a year? 25 or $27 million a year? You're not benching a guy that's making that much money, bro. You're just not.
And then not after he bounced back last year.
Yeah, no, bro. I can understand it if he's making $27 million. There's no way they're benching him, bro. No way. $27 million to sit on the bench?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you working for this bread. To sit on the bench is crazy.
Yeah. And the other thing is too, like before he had the season that he had last year, they didn't do it before either. Like it took
So
him some time to get back to,
to get
Trevor
going, right?
Story.
Okay. So he's not a shortstop. We agree. He hasn't been a shortstop since he got to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess what I'm saying to you is, if he's not a shortstop, why didn't the Red Sox go get a shortstop to play in that position?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you sign somebody to put them in this position? If you were you right now, who are you putting in shortstop?
That's tough.
You can rotate Story at second, bench, and DH. Who you putting in shortstop? Where's he at? Google where Frankie Arias is. Where's he at? Is he in AAA?
Let me see. Oh man, showing me the damn wrong dude here.
He's in AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
No, he's not. He's in AA right now.
he's in AA right now.
Yeah, he's never played in AAA yet. He's in AA.
You can't say he's special. Let me ask you a question. Have you watched AAA Red Sox games, TD? I can't do that. You were the same person last year that said Roman Anthony's a lock for Rookie of the Year. Wasn't that you?
I remember we were having those early conversations, and TD was high on Roman Anthony.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Weren't you? Listen, prospects are prospects for a reason.
Right.
And how old is this kid?
TD, I just want to remind you of something, and this is not just because we're talking Red Sox, because this goes to just young players. Period. Most of them are not meant to pan out well, right? Most of them are not meant to be who you think they should be, or what the analysts say they're ceiling at. That's not how it turns out, more often than not. However, you have exceptions, which you guys have seen over the years. Rafael Devers, Mookie Betts. Like, we could really go on. Hopefully,
Right.
Roman Anthony now. That's what you hope for. But TD, you can't just listen. I know you love your guys. You one of the biggest Red Sox fans. I know. But at the same time, bro, we can't get hype about everybody, bro. We just can't do that. Like, and I'm telling you as a Yankee fan, bro, and Yankee fans, they like to, who we got down at AA?
Right, yeah.
I know who you got, bro. What he gonna be when he gets to, that level?
He's 22, which is what we're saying to you is everybody's development is not going to happen at the same. Just because you have hopes for the player, that doesn't mean that player is going to actually be that. For example, I will stipulate this. I thought Jason Dominguez was going to be a stud. Jason Dominguez is not going to be a stud. I will be the first one to get on this microphone and say I thought he was going to be great.
Yeah, I remember
he's not great.
Days. And it was a couple years ago. You was like, yo, this guy, I'm telling you, watch.
So what I'm saying is, listen, bro. But injuries are part of the game, and you got to work through those injuries. And maybe he's afraid to let it go all the way because he feels like, yo, if I tear this oblique again or if I hurt it again, I'm going to be down for a while. You got to give these kids a chance to figure it out. By the way, okay.
See, and he was just but this is my thing though, bro. You saying that because that means you miss him, but only to a certain extent. Because you were the one that was out here saying, yo, but he's a coach / player. Like, he's not a full-time player.
You can't have it. You can't have it both ways, bro. It's either you miss him or you don't.
Listen, but then again, I'm not a fan, and I miss him wearing the Red Sox uniform.
Oh, for sure. Listen,
I want him to do good things for this Cubs team. But at the same time, if I had to choose whether I want him with Chicago or in Boston, I would
Listen,
have preferred
you're
Alex Bregman to be in
you're
Boston right now,
talking
bro.
you're talking to two self-admitted Yankee fans. And when Alex Bregman left Boston, I was mad.
Mm-hmm.
I was pissed off because I'm like, yo, he's in the perfect ballpark. That team got the perfect talent level for what he can bring to the table. And you know what it also does? You know what it also does? It also hides some of your disdain for Alex Cora. Because maybe he goes into the office and says, yo, Alex, I think we might try and do this, take the pressure off the kid, put him in front of me or put him behind me and let him see more pitches. Who are you putting him behind? Who are you hiding him from? There is no Devers. There is no Bregman. Again, it goes back to roster construction and John Henry and all those people. They thought they were bigger than him. They said, if you got a bet, because remember this during the offseason, fellas, if you got a better deal out there, then go get it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't believe he had a better deal. And then when he got it, they were like, oh my God, we can't believe he left. We're surprised. We're shocked. We're appalled. You're appalled? Is that on is that not on the front office?
Right. Yeah, big time.
The money was not the same. You're talking about $10 additional million in a no trade clause. This is very different.
Mm-hmm.
10. Listen, what
I
was the
do
rest?
think it was the no trade clause that was the difference maker for sure.
But $10 million given extra don't hurt either.
Because if let's say if Boston offers the additional 10 million and they would have kept it at, yo, we're not gonna put in no trade. He's still going to Chicago anyway, you know.
Probably does,
Because
yes.
they had it in. They had it in there already. They knew what he
Probably.
wanted.
So then if you know it was going to come down to a no trade clause, why didn't you throw the no trade clause in there then?
And the fact that you didn't have to actually spend any crazy money, right? Because that's the stance that the Red Sox are like. They're very cautious about who they invest in, who they want long term. Like they're not just out here handing out like these crazy lucrative deals, you know?
So, but this is why you end up in the position you're in. You end up in the position you're in when you want to be penny wise and pound foolish. What, like, that's not fair. Because let's just bring it to another. Let's bring it to somewhere else, right? Let's just say, for argument's sake, that there's another free agent that comes down the pipe. And he says, yo, I really want to be in Boston, but they didn't give me what I was looking for.
You're saying if we hear something like that again?
Yes. When we hear, because we're going to hear it again.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes down to money, and the Red Sox are uncomfortable going to this many years, and they're not comfortable doing this. The truth of the matter is they got to sell that damn soccer team because that's where all the money's going.
See, now you got to put me on, bro, because I don't know too much about the soccer side of things.
Yo, that soccer team, it's hemorrhaging money, and that's the reason why they're doing what they're doing to the Red Sox.
Right.
That's where most of that money's going, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they yell and sell the team. Because you're penny pinching one of the marquee franchises in sports for a soccer team.
Right. That's crazy.
Nah, granted, it's Liverpool, so they're looking at me like, well, Liverpool's bigger than the Red Sox in certain places. Not in Boston, it ain't.
True. You're right. Listen, soccer is bigger worldwide, so it would make, some type of sense. But we're talking baseball, though,
Yeah, but like, so to a Red Sox fan who's a Red Sox fan who doesn't care about the soccer side, who just wants to see the Red Sox be good, and then you see that all their money's going to the soccer team, you wouldn't feel some type of way?
Oh, I would, for sure. For sure.
My point.
Liverpool Red Sox. Yo, be careful, TD. We might have a random Liverpool fan pull up in here.
My point. my point. How can you tell a Red Sox fan in good conscience, yo, we're gonna do this and we're gonna put your team on the back burner? How do you do that, bro?
Right.
You can't.
I could see a similar argument, a few years from now when Steve Cohen finally got that casino up and going. Like I
Oh,
could see
Met
Mets
fans,
fans, yo, but you're doing this. The
they're ready.
casino looks like that, but look at how
They're
the
ready.
team looks.
You heard him call the fans out this week about the
Oh,
free
with the yes, yes, yes,
about the
yeah,
free
yeah.
tickets they gave away and
Mhm.
only 40%. Yo, first of all, Steve Cohen, you sound all types of loony bin nutso right now.
Yeah, it comes off as a little desperate for fan attention, you know?
No, it comes off as tone deaf, and I'm rich, and I want you to come to the yard to spend money, even though it's 28 degrees and you can't feel your face. It comes across as you being a rich billionaire who who lost touch with the outside world. You and by the way, I'm gonna say something a little crazy. Can I get this out in the open? Are y'all gonna kill me? You gonna probably clip this up and get me killed, but it's all cool. Uh do you consider Freddie Peralta an ace?
An ace, I think can he have a few ace like outings throughout a season?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I had always viewed Freddie Peralta as a solid number 2 for the most part throughout
So
his career.
I thought it was just me because I'm
That's
gonna
not a
say
knock on him.
no,
Again, I
no,
think he could be a heck of a pitcher.
he can be a heck of a pitcher. You know what I realized? I hate his pitching style. I hate watching him pitch. And it hit me now that he's with the Mets and he's not with the Brewers, and I get to watch him more closely. He wastes too many pitches, bro.
Yeah, he does. I'm glad you mentioned that because he does seem to struggle to get deeper into ball games. And I know it's only April. It is early, so maybe he could, try to work on that now that he's in Queens. But a lot of his outings, 4 and 2/3, only 5 innings. I think he's only gone 6. I think like maybe 1. Was it today?
I think he
Today
went six today.
he
Yeah,
pitched well, right? Because he
yeah.
only allowed, was it that 1 run?
The stuff is filthy, but he nibbles too much, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you turn around, he's like he's 3-2. You start the
Today.
count 0-2, and by the time you turn around, he's 3-2. How many pitches he finished with in 6 innings?
I don't know his pitch count, but I do know he went 6 and only
He went
allowed
6
1.
innings. Okay.
Yeah.
So because the other day he went 5 and he was up over 100 pitches.
And
And
the
he
other
didn't
thing too is, right? Like, I know you did ask me that question, but I want to give him a little bit of credit though, because he went 6 against a very good athletics lineup, because we spoke about the A's and what that lineup looks like for them. So Freddie, excuse me, to be able to do that. And then listen, I know they got swept, so it kind of
Mhm,
defeats the purpose of saying this. He
mhm.
still, he pitched well against them.
He did. The offense didn't do nothing. Uh what are we talking about here? He says, "Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah, I think he's a 2 as well. I think he's a better 2 than he is a 1.
Is this the last year before snowstorms called Laga?" I think we're gonna miss a couple months. I don't think we get 1 to 2 years though. I think we get a couple months because they're making way too much money, and they'd be foolish not to capitalize on that.
Mhm.
But listen, man, this was fun. By the way, I have one ridiculous stat for you. Did you see this stat? So Mason Miller has thrown 19 balls. It might have been more today, depending on if he pitched. This was on Saturday. You know he has 20 strikeouts and has only thrown 19 balls this season. 19 pitches outside the zone, and he got 20 Ks.
That's what happens when you have that type of
And
fastball.
and the season's 2 weeks old.
Mhm. See, my only thing is with Mason Miller is
Yo.
I love him as a closer. I hate the fact that he's in San Diego because at this point, you've heard me say before, I don't care how well San Diego performs in the regular
No,
season. Y'all ain't doing nothing with or without Mason Miller.
I
But,
agree. I
listen,
agree.
hopefully Mason Miller, he ends up in a better situation because he left the one that he should have stayed with, but it's not his fault.
Yo, him in Vegas right now, and that the back end of that
Yo,
bullpen.
I'm telling you, dude, if
Oh
he
my
would have
god.
remained with the Athletics, if he had a choice, forget about it, man. Because we talk about them not having the pitching, right? And yes, Mason Miller is not a starter, so he can only do but so much. But to know that, a game is signed, sealed, and delivered when he enters, come on, man. They don't get any better than that. Hence why the Padres went on and gave up what they gave up for him.
They're gonna. She said, "Speaking, yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. It's closer to being finalized. That's close to being finalized." And to answer this is not a rumor. We reported this when it happened. The Mets wanted to turn him into a starter when
Who's
they were
that?
having Mason Miller.
Wow, really? I didn't know that.
We were talking. You don't remember us talking about it? When you looked at me, you were like, "Yo, they want to do it again." Because when they first traded,
Okay.
yeah, when they first traded for him, I said to y'all, "Yo, I think the Mets want to make him a starter." And you looked at me with like the incredulous look on your face, and you were like, "Bro, keep that man as the closer." And I was like, "I
Mhm.
agree with you. I agree with you. Like, why mess with something that if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
Right.
son."
That's true.
Speaking
Too
of,
too much too much experimenting nowadays, Like I think I think simple is always better,
it
right?
is,
And
yeah,
while, doing, the most or going the extra mile can make you stand out, at the same time, that's the same thing that could have you looking foolish out here too.
nah, we're not giving up on Freddie. Listen, Freddie's gonna pitch a big game for the Mets at some point this season,
I
and
like him.
he's gonna be sensational.
Yeah.
My only beef is when he hits the free agent market next year, he's gonna be looking for ace type stuff. Is he an ace? Kind of iffy on that.
I think it depends on this year, man, because I think he's in the right place. You want to talk about like trying to get a bag? You exactly where they hand those things out.
His
They
stuff is
hand them
just
out yearly at this point over there.
oh yeah, no, but his stuff is disgusting though. For real, his stuff is fit. He's elite,
Right.
but it's just you wear out a bullpen if you don't get deeper in the games though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I will say though, speaking of the Mets and bullpens, Devin Williams, looking good. Looking good. Gotta
It's
be honest.
it's early yet.
It's early, but
It's
listen,
early.
ain't it early when it comes to everything that we talking about right
It's
now? Gotta
true.
be honest.
I can't kill it.
We gotta give credit when it's
I
due.
can't
But
kill it.
if shit does hit the fan, we gonna be here to cover it. And you know
By the
what?
way, speaking of shit hitting the fan, welcome to the Luke Weaver experience, boys and girls. Good gosh,
Yeah, he got roughed up in
he
back to
got
back
rocked
outings.
yesterday.
Yeah, he looked all right to start the season, and I know it's still early, but the last two times he came out of the pen for them,
Yeah,
he
it's
didn't
on
look all that good.
this part. It's only been 2 weeks. You 1,000% right. It's only been 2 weeks.
Yo, Soph, but you say like Blake Snell didn't get anything, bro.
Nah,
That's bad.
Blake Snell got paid. What he got? 180 million?
Let me see. And listen, it's
182
the
million?
Dodgers, man. You know the Dodgers paid him lovely.
No, but he got paid though.
He got 5 years, 182.
Yeah, he got paid.
Yo, that's almost 205. Yo, that's crazy. That's almost 40 per. That's wild.
And he's broke compared to what some of these younger cats are gonna get when they hit the market.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, I saw and only because we're talking about money, but I saw this post, and I think Stefan, you might know more about this because you keep up with basketball and your lovely New York Knicks. But I saw Anthony Edwards, he's due soon for like something that's
Supermax.
gonna like break all types of records, bro.
Supermax. He's about to get a Supermax. We
Wow.
talking like I think I read the number was somewhere around like 435 or something like that. Over
Over
5 years.
what? 5
5 years.
years? Yo, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Supermax
Yo,
money.
A-Rod is about to have Anthony Edwards feeling like how he did back when he got that deal from the Rangers. Like,
Yo,
yo, my boy, you
paid.
young, you're exciting, you
What?
remind me of my younger self. Here it is.
And that's why they're bringing KG in to mentor him. KG's now around the team. They just had him back, and
Oh, the KG. How does KG not already have like a position with that team, bro?
because
Like,
Glenn Taylor, the former owner of the team, is a dickhead.
oh, okay. Oh,
But
gotcha.
A-Rod, like they're trying to revamp it, but I don't like Minnesota as a team. I don't like the way their team's constructed.
Mhm.
To me, they're one of the most boring teams in the NBA, and that's with Ant-Man being Ant-Man. They're hard to watch.
They had their shot.
That's what it feels like to me.
Mhm.
That's what it feels like to me. We now have. Wait, is this official? That's official. We have a start time and we have a date.
What is that? Is that the playoffs?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Yo, hold on. I'm so out of touch. Okay, now I might actually have to start watching some basketball now.
Is this Saturday or Sunday?
Wait, so the Knicks are they going to be facing the Hawks in the first round?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Matchup I do not like.
Why? Come on. What? You worried about the Hawks, bro?
Yes.
I'm out here talking like I've been.
Yes.
I'm like trying to stir the pot for no reason. Now, on a serious note, though,
Yes.
I didn't listen. I haven't been paying attention, but I certainly didn't have the Hawks being a team to be concerned about. But I guess
Atlanta, yo, you talking about Dyson Daniels? We could do this if you want. Atlanta's one of the
damn,
best.
that's crazy, and that's after they gave up Trae Young. Wow, they knew what they were doing.
I'm telling you right now, Atlanta is they're gonna be tough to beat because they got good guard play. They got good guard play. I like the fact that they got veterans. CJ McCollum in the playoffs, that scares me. Don't want no problem with that.
Damn, how old is CJ McCollum? He got to be like his mid to late 30s, right? He can still ball.
Nah, CJ's still doing it at an elite level. They're better without Trae. Yeah, they're better without Trae. They move the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They're better without Trae Young. They right now, Atlanta's one of those teams. They're gonna be a bear to deal with, man.
Yeah, listen, I'm surprised. This is all news to me. I thought as a Knicks fan, as teams, if you're supporting a team in the Eastern Conference, I thought we were only worried about the Knicks,
the
Celtics, and the Detroit Pistons. Where's all these other teams coming from, bro?
I'm gonna tell you something right now, right? Like ultimately, I think the Knicks win the series.
Right.
Because I think the Knicks found something late in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I think they found.
Well, late in the season, right?
No, the last two games. They found this in the last, and I don't believe they found it in the last two games. I think they found it probably a month ago, 2 months ago, and they haven't done it in games. That pick and roll between Cat and Brunson, sweet Jesus, bro. They pulled it out against the Celtics the other night, and the Celtics were like, yo, how do we guard this? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Telling you, if that pick and roll gets honestly, and you know what, TD, and we have fun with each other, but what he said, he even said it. He said, the only team I'm scared of is the Knicks.
He said the Hawks may upset the Knicks, though.
They might.
Yeah, that would be a damn shame, though, for the Knicks. Honestly, yo, I'm gonna be honest right now. I told you this already, Stefan. If the Knicks don't make it to the NBA Finals this season, I don't give a damn about the Knicks after this season, bro. So I don't care who they acquire. I don't care what they. I don't care.
So here's what I'll say in respect to that. This is gonna sound crazy. The only team I'm scared of in the East is Boston. I think they can beat Atlanta, although I'm not overlooking Atlanta because you just can't. You never know.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you're saying Boston.
You can't. I'm scared of Boston because you still got Tatum and Brown. Now the Knicks got the wings to defend Tatum and Brown, but people forget before Jason Tatum tore his Achilles, Jason Tatum was going shot for shot with Jalen Brunson. That series might have been tied if Stop.
Damn. Yo, Sox fan with a bomb. Knicks are the Padres of the NBA.
So you know what, Sox fan? I'm gonna
I can't. Sox fan, yo, they're actually a better team, bro.
but I'm gonna let him rock though, because he's trying to get me riled up, and I'm not gonna let him do it. All I'm saying is, I will see y'all in the second round because I want smoke with y'all.
Oh, that's right. These guys are Celtics fans, right? Oh, that's good.
We will see y'all in the second round because I want more smoke with y'all than the nicotine patch. Okay, I want problems with y'all.
You want to smoke on a Boston pack?
And then after we get done with y'all, tell them Little Caesars niggas we got next too. Come on. But you got to get to Atlanta first because Atlanta's no joke. Atlanta scares me because they're young.
Mm-hmm.
They got nothing but athletes. Jalen Johnson, yo, telling you, if we get past the Hawks, that Boston series is going to be fun, though.
I mean, what kills the Hawks, what sounds like it, right, is the fact that they lack the experience, the toughness, you know, that some of these other teams are going to bring.
And that's the thing. Sox fan, all right, bro, we'll see. I don't, listen, if you're healthy, and we want everybody healthy, that's first and foremost. Please, everybody, get right, be right. No injuries. We're not wishing for none of that. But if we get past Atlanta, which is not going to be easy.
Shrek to watch basketball, he said. He said he tried a couple weeks ago, but it's awful. Look right
now. The current.
So, yo, you sound like TD when we were getting closer to the classic. He was like, yo, I don't want to hear about it. Yo, TD, you actually stuck to your word, bro. Like, you really went MIA.
He really did.
I don't think we heard from him at all. Yo, TD was in here like, yo, I don't like the WBC, and he vanished.
Nah, NBA is trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. The product is horrible, but in the playoffs, you at least get some good games though. 82 games of regular season ball is like mind-numbing experience to the brain. That shit's bad. Like, I only watch the Knicks because I'm a Knicks fan, but you want me to watch all these other teams too? Nah, I can't do it. 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 Like, I'll watch we having fun, but I respect Boston because Joe Mazzulla, Brad Stevens, them dudes, they winners up there. Like, you can't tell me nothing about nothing. They're just winners up there. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I have a healthy fear and respect for them is because they won the shit. You telling me, listen, we get past Atlanta and Boston, Detroit might be food. Like,
I don't know. I've seen the Pistons have some good performances against the Knicks earlier this year, bro.
That's okay.
I done seen some things.
Okay, so this is the same Detroit team we beat in the playoffs last year.
Yes, right.
They didn't add anybody. Durin, okay, we'll see you.
I do think they got tougher though.
They
seem ready to go at it with everyone.
They did get tougher though. But the thing about the Pistons is, in a tough close game, they're gonna fight. They're gonna want to fight you. They're not gonna want to play ball.
Right. And they could ruin it for themselves. You know, you might have somebody suspended
and that's what I'm banking on. Is you're young, you're stupid, you want to fight, you think you hard.
Damn. So are you banking on what's this guy's name? Is it Isaiah Stewart to Walla?
He got ejected tonight during the last game of the regular season. He got ejected.
Damn, that's crazy.
So what I'm saying is, it's like, yo, fam, okay. And Charlotte might beat Detroit, and I don't want to play Charlotte. I do not want to play the Hornets, bro. LaMelo Ball, Con Knipple, nah, fam. Nah,
yeah,
I don't
LaMelo, I've seen recent like
nah,
it looks like he's just having fun over there, you know.
Nah.
Some people say it looks like he's just playing 2K in real life.
Step back threes off 1 foot. Nah. The Hornets.
We're gonna revisit this convo because, like I said, I haven't been paying attention, but now that I know the playoffs are right around the corner, we're gonna have couple minutes at the end of these shows. Now,
I'm
listen,
yo.
Stefan is gonna have to let out a lot of that Knicks energy that he's gonna have, because right now the blood ain't navy blue for the Yankees. That shit is blue and orange.
Nah, with all due respect though, like I'm glad to see Tatum back. I just want to say that for everybody in here that's a Celtic fan, when Jason Tatum is good, it's better for the league. And if I lose to that brother because he came out balling and was healthy, you give it up, you show love, you appreciate what he means, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a hater. If the Celtics and the Knicks see each other in the second round, which it looks like is a very distinct possibility right now, you want to talk about 7 games of dying. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And whoever comes out, I think is going to the finals. Ultimately, though, to get smoked by OKC, because I think OKC runs laps around everybody, and it's just like, all right, bro, this was fun.
Damn, they sound like they about to go on like a Dodgers like dynasty. That's gonna be back to back for them if they do it again.
OKC is something else.
Mm-hmm. We gonna
But
see, bro.
anyway, have fun with you guys. TD, man, welcome back, yo.
Yeah,
welcome back, Sox fan. We see you.
It was good talking to you guys, bro. Glad the Red Sox fans are back, bro.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We agree to disagree.
Armand, where the hell you was at, bro?
All right, stop. We just
nah, that's worst case scenario.
Nah, we
I don't even think the NBA wants that though.
Nah. The NBA is gonna make sure that the NBA is gonna fix the first round of the playoffs so that the Celtics and Knicks see each other. You're talking about ratings.
Yeah, you gotta make it happen. Yeah, by any means necessary.
Word up.
That's the series I think I'm gonna watch. Literally like game for game.
That's the series where I need to check on me and get a defibrillator to the crib because I'm not making out of this with help.
Yeah, no shows when those two are playing in the playoffs.
Help.
That's for sure.
Help.
Now we're gonna see though. As I said, I want to revisit this with y'all. Just to see
SOS in big bold letter. Help me, please, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, man, this was fun. We love y'all. Happy birthday, Big Ray. I'm sorry I missed your birthday, brother. I'm gonna give you a call this week.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to Ray. Yeah, shout out to him.
Know what I mean? And y'all, nah, big time. What he said right here is big time truth. Big time. Anyway, man, we love y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all middle of the week. I want to say maybe Wednesday, Thursday.
You know what I'm saying? TD, we do 2 shows a week now, bro. So we're here like what? Worst is what? The gap from Wednesday to Sunday? That's what, 3 days? So we'll be back in 3 days on Wednesday.
Yeah, love, man. Love. Yo, man, the Discord's open. So come on, hop in the Discord. Let's talk about it. And Discord's open. We see y'all. Peace.